want to talk to you about Shopify Payments versus Skrill versus Verifone. And of course, we are speaking about Shopify payment gateways. We are comparing and contrasting those three players. So I want to first talk to you about Shopify Payments. So Shopify Payments is actually the quintessential conduit if you want to really, if you have a Shopify store or you do it just, you doing an e-commerce store like overall, Shopify Payments is really great because it's an in-house payment provider by Shopify, which is a top e-commerce platform in the market, okay? And it really plays the role of the default integrated payment gateway for your Shopify store. So from the moment your customers fill in their credit card information, it is actually responsible for managing all the steps up until the money has already been in your bank account. So that's kind of cool in terms of flexibility. You're going to love that. And so Shopify Payments accepts major credit cards like Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express, along with Diners Club, debit and credit cards, and also ELO, JCB, and Union Pay via Discover. So again, talking about scalability, you are pretty well served there. And so whenever a customer makes a purchase in your Shopify store, Shopify Payments collect their money and sends it directly to store owners. And it really ensures that the checkout process is quick, smooth, and highly secure. That means what? That means that if you have a WooCommerce store, a BigCommerce store, a Magento store, or any other type of store that's not Shopify, Shopify Payments will not be the default sort of payment gateway. Of course, you can always integrate it, but it's not going to be the default, okay? And so I want to quickly talk to you about, I want to really walk you through the pros and cons of Shopify Payments. So when you think about Shopify Payments, basically setting up this platform, this gateway is really quick. So different from conventional payment acceptance methods, Shopify Payments is a super straightforward solution for e-commerce merchants. You no longer have to go through a third-party provider and be approved for a merchant account before you can process payments. So once you have finished setting up Shopify Payments for your store, your finances are synced up with your sales and inventory. And so that's important. Shopify Payments is also fully integrated, and Shopify Payments charges nothing for a transaction. Of course, you will incur a transaction fee when using the third-party payment processor, but Shopify Payments is not charging you anything. One thing for sure is that customers also have more options to pay, right? That's really good. So you are offering flexibility and diversity here. What about the cons here? Well, Shopify Payments is not available in every country, and you must comply with products, terms and conditions, okay? And there are some high chargeback fees if you are using Shopify Payments, so something to be aware of. But overall, security is top notch, and also the backer is Shopify, one of the behemoths in the industry. So the thing is that to set up Shopify Payments is the process is pretty simple. Okay, you need to set up and activate Shopify Payments before your clients can purchase items on your e-store using their credit cards. So in the Shopify Payments, in the Shopify settings rather, you can activate Shopify Payments from the Payments Providers tab. But if you have other providers, then you need a third-party plugin to activate Shopify Payments. And you need to decide on your store currency. You need to go to the payments section. Okay, you need to choose Shopify Payments as a payment provider, because what will happen here is that you will have several payment providers to choose from. Okay, so for instance, in the accept credit cards section in your online store configuration, Shopify Payments is actually one of the payment providers, and Shopify has briefly listed some basic information such as the credit card rate, transaction fee, and accepted payment methods. So you have the ability to actually choose even further. So that's really good. So you can choose Shopify Payments as a payment provider, and you also, so once you're done, just complete the account setup. Okay, so you have to really click on account setup to actually to finalize everything. And so you'll need to provide things like business details, personal details, product details, customer billing statements, and banking information to really to really provide more clarity around the transaction. So that's important to think about. Okay. And once you're done, don't forget to actually test Shopify Payments. But you want to make sure that everything works. I mean, it's one of those things where you do not want your customers to be pissed because your Shopify Payments is not working. So you want to test everything to make sure that it is working. So it's pretty straightforward. I mean, And there are third-party apps nowadays that really even simplify the process of setting up Shopify payments even further. Now, if you were to compare and contrast Shopify payments to others, like one thing for sure, Shopify payments is actually is available in it's available in 23 to 25 countries, whereas PayPal, for instance, is actually available in 200 countries, and also Stripe is available in 46 to 50 countries. So you can see that Shopify payments has some ways to go when it comes to acceptability. But hey, listen, it is getting there. Next, I want to talk to you about Skrill. So if you think about Shopify payments versus Skrill versus Verifone, what should you think about when you actually think about Skrill? Now, Skrill has been operating as a digital payments processor since 2001. So it's been close to a quarter of a century since this player has been around, okay? And it has rapidly become one of the dominant global leaders in mobile payments, international payments, and funds transfers. So Skrill is an easy-to-use money transfer service for sending and receiving funds to and from family and friends, e-commerce sites, trading platforms, and online gaming sites. And the company employs like 500 to 1,000 people with offices in the U.S., in Europe, and but they do maintain a headquarter. Like their headquarters are in London, okay? And this is kind of important. And so Skrill works in a very simple manner. So to get started, simply create an account with Skrill, and registered users have access to 40 to 45 currencies. Next, you want to make payments using the safe and secure payment methods available with the money transfer service. Cards can be stored in your Skrill account for funding purposes. It's very easy to withdraw funds direct to your bank account too. So who should really use Skrill? Well, Skrill actually is designed to be used by anyone who wants to transfer money from person to person to make online purchases or add funds to an online gaming account. And money transfers go both ways with Skrill account holders. And this online payment service is really ideal for international money transfers, betting purposes, gamers, personal transfers, and so forth. Okay, and the exchange rates and fees are pretty reasonable too. Like nothing really complicated there. So you're gonna love that. And Skrill makes a point of keeping fees as low as possible. So any e-commerce payments made using Skrill accounts are 100% free. That's really good when you think about it. It's also free to receive money to your Skrill account. So for the most part, sending funds to your account is free, although there may be a small charge levied by your bank or preferred payment method. And so users who send money via Skrill to other Skrill wallets or email addresses will pay a 1.9% commission of the amounts sent, with maximum charges of $20 to $25. Okay, so that's something to really think about. And when you actually think about Skrill, think about flexibility first, okay? And so Skrill is really safe, really reliable, and has been around, as I said, for 25 years. I want to talk to you about the transfer speed. So to receive money, users will not need to wait at all. However, certain merchants may take longer processing times than others, and withdrawals are typically processed within 7 days for Visa and 2 to 5 days for bank wire transfers. And the cool thing is when you use your Skrill card, withdrawals can be performed instantly at ATMs. And also the customer support is really fantastic too, because you have phone numbers in the States, in Russia, in France, in Poland, Italy, Spain, Germany, the UK, and also an international number. So business hours are typically Monday through Sunday from 9 a.m. through 6 p.m. GMT. And the stolen cars line, lost cars line number is the 4420 3308 2530. So 30. So again, Skrill is based in the UK, so you can see that the numbers are usually UK based. But if you are in the States, they do have a state's phone number to actually contact. Okay, so when you think about Skrill, you have you can enjoy features as varied as instant money transfers. You also have a card variety, so you have all kinds of cards. You have customer safety, that's really good, and you also have all kinds of platforms like e-commerce, offline. So Skrill basically is a cost-effective solution to other popular payments processing options like PayPal, It offers a full range of money transfer services domestically and internationally. And so it is increasingly accepted at a multitude of online gaming sites and e-commerce sites, and also dovetails superbly as a leading money transfer service from person to person, really. Okay, but the pros and cons here, if you were to think about Skrill, the pros: it is free to register and free to maintain, so that's really good. You have a great mobile money transfer set of options. You have a tool that's competitively priced for money transfers. You have a generous range of promotional offers for Skrill users, and it is really ideal for gambling, FX and binary, game and fantasy, and shopping as well. Okay. On the flip side, Skrill, your only VIP accounts support multiple currencies. Users get charged for sending money, and the deposit fee ranges from 0% to 7% of the total amount, so that's really huge. And the currency conversion fee ranges from 2% to 4%. So that's really huge also. Next, I want to talk to you about Verifone. So when you think about the Verifone as a payment gateway, what should you be thinking about? Well, Verifone actually has a great set of capabilities, right? So you have point of sale systems, mobile payment solutions, as well as e-commerce capabilities. So with the thing that when you think about Verifone, think about an international payment service company that's headquartered in San Jose, California. And in 2018, Verifone was acquired by the investment group Francisco Partners for $3.4 billion. So that tells you a lot about the financial backing behind Verifone. So Verifone is a merchant account provider that focuses on mobile POS solutions for small to medium businesses. So Francisco Partners has announced that it wants to take Verifone toward general payment solutions and e-commerce that go beyond physical kiosk POS system, but that Verifone's existing technology provides a good foundation to expand on. Okay, so this is kind of cool. And in 2020, during COVID, Verifone acquired credit card company provider 2Checkout. So this is kind of cool to really think about. And when you actually wonder about, like when you contemplate the products and services of Verifone, you have a large scale. You have a payment processing, so that's really good. You have point of sale systems. You have mobile payment solutions. You have e-commerce solutions. You have unattended payment solutions, and you have security measures. So that's really, really, really great to think about it that way. So for instance, when I speak about e-commerce solutions, in response to the growing importance of online transactions, Verifone offers also e-commerce solutions, and these services help businesses manage online payments securely and efficiently, ensuring actually a seamless shopping experience for customers. And also you have unattended payment solutions. So Verifone provides unattended payment solutions suitable for businesses like parking lots, vending machines, and self-service kiosks. And these systems allow for secure self-serve transactions, enabling 24/7 operations without the need for a staff. So that's really good in terms of flexibility, but also scalability. So when you think about Verifone, I want you to think about the fact that Verifone offers a variety of payment processing services. That's important to really think about. So this is not just for online, for e-commerce, but way more. Okay. For instance, you have a Verifone POS. Okay, that's important to think about, and you also have the integration to third-party apps. So that's really good also, because if your store were to actually, let's say, were to be a big commerce or WooCommerce store, and you want integration to Verifone, at least through Verifone, you have this sort of capability. But just remember that Verifone is not without sort of challenges. You have a lot of some quote unquote bad stories around Verifone, especially when it comes to their customer service, but also the quality of their physical their hardware POS. Okay, so something to really think about. But overall, when you think about the Verifone, think about a mixed player, because this company has cancellation penalties, does have monthly and annual fees, and in terms of processing rates, those are variable, and you are able to lease equipment from the company. So that's a good way to think about things. But one thing you want to do here is that if you were to go with a Verifone merchant account, you want to really be able to negotiate contract pricing. Don't go in there bluntly. You want to negotiate everything, okay? And you also want to have optional monthly subscription. I mean, Verifone introduces a monthly subscription model for its credit card processing services, offering businesses like you and me, like yours and mine, the opportunity to reduce the standard 2.7% transaction fee to 1.95% by subscribing for an additional $9.95 per month, okay? So this pricing model is particularly beneficial for, let's say, merchant accounts with a high volume of sales, providing a cost-effective solution, really. And available contract durations include 12, 24, and 36 months, accommodating various business models, and special rates apply to commercial and corporate cards, and the early termination fee depends on the remaining monthly fees of the contract terms. So something to really think about, especially in the long run. So Shopify Payments versus Skrill versus Verifone, which one should you go for? But before I give you the answer, here is the approach I want you to think about, okay? One thing for sure, when it comes to choosing an online payment gateway provider, you got to really think about the payment processing fees. That's really the first important element, okay? You like different payment methods. The customer's issuing bank, American Express, tends to have a higher fee, and also international payments and currencies, okay? So small fees can add up over time. Let me give you an example. If you are processing $50,000 through the payment gateway per year, for example, a 2.4% fee will total $1,200 in transaction fees. If you go to the upper end and commit to a 3.49% fee, that's an extra $545 you will spend on payment processing over the entire year. So that's really important to think about it that way. Also think about the payment methods, okay? Credit cards, debit cards, mobile wallets, buy now, pay later, such as Affirm. So some payment methods are more popular than others in specific countries. For instance, if you are selling in China, make sure that your gateway can process WeChat payments. Some 920 million people in China use this payment method to buy products online. Also think about security. So payment gateways handle sensitive financial data that you don't want falling into the wrong hands. So check that your shortlisted payment gateway is PCI DSS compliant, and it has security features like encryption and tokenization, okay? And this industry standards set the tone for payment security and actually protect both yours and your customers' data when processing online payments. So whether you should choose a Shopify Payments or Skrill or Verifone, think about the type of integrations that you need too, because you might need your e-commerce platform, your point of sale software if you also sell in person, inventory management systems, subscription management apps, accounting software, analytics apps, for instance. Also think about the reliability of the service that you want to choose in the first place. So a reliable payment gateway keeps you open for a business whenever your customers want to buy. Before committing to a payment gateway, check their uptime reports. The higher this percentage, the better. So if your gateway is repeatedly experiencing technical difficulties, you are not only losing money, but you will deliver a negative customer experience, which you do not want to have anyway, okay? So customer experience is really important. So a great checkout experience means what? Accepting a variety of payment methods, functioning well on all devices, including desktop, mobile, and tablets, a recognizable payment gateway provider that your customers know and trust, security or trust signals such as PCI DSS, compliance logos, reliable customer support. So that's really important, especially in the long run. So what's the choice here? Shopify Payments versus Skrill versus Verifone. Which one should you go for? Our answer is very simple. You want to go with Shopify Payments. If whether you have a Shopify store or not, it's always better to actually have Shopify Payments, because when you compare and contrast those three, there is no really big difference in terms of transactional fees, but in terms of the stability and scalability, Shopify Payments is way better. So here's a summary. In today's conversation, I spoke to you about Shopify Payments versus Skrill versus Verifone. I give you the review, the approach, the choice, and now the summary. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.